Jai Sri Krishna. And today I want you to meet my friend Bharti Kapadia. We were in school together over 60 years ago. And we have been meeting, but very, very, very seldom. But a couple of weeks ago, she invited me for a do, which was full of her artistic friends, and I was quite bowled over. And then sweetly she also said, why don't we meet again? And so here she is, and let me see if I can introduce you to her. But rather than I introduce you to her, let me ask her, Bharti, tell me a little bit about yourself. We haven't met for a long time intimately like this. So tell me about what you do and what makes you tick.
That's a very large canvas, Vimlu.
Well, I'm Shakun now.
Yes, so I keep calling you Vimlu because that's what your name was when we were in school.
Okay.
So I'm more used to that and more familiar. But yes, a lot of water has flown under the bridge.
But Bharti, before that, I feel very close to those who call me Vimlu because immediately I connect with a long ago and a childhood, which makes me feel closer. So you're welcome to call me Vimlu, but here my listeners will wonder who she's talking to. So let's carry on. Yeah.
This reminds me, just a little while back, there is a photograph, a black and white photograph, all dressed up. You, Sajni, myself.
Yes.
We were in a reception at my uncle's wedding at NSCI.
That's correct. I remember that photograph.
And it came, and it's very magical. I'll tell you what happened. It was on Facebook, posted by somebody else as a demonstration of a certain Kodak paper or something which was doing some wonders with it.
Really?
I said, wow. I mean, what? Out of context. But it appeared, and I don't know why it appeared. Maybe because we're meeting again. So anyway.
Tell me about yourself.
Yeah. Well, I am a practicing artist, and I have Practicing artist.
Okay, that's such a...
I started with visual arts. So after I left school, I didn't go to college. I went to JJ School of Art at once. So over there, I did my applied art, graphic arts. And then I opened a graphic design studio in partnership called Art and Attitudes. And we ran this mostly doing artist stuff for artists and art galleries. And things always related to art. And after running it for several years, an incident occurred in my life. So I sort of closed it down. And I started painting and making art just for myself and not as a commercial art, not designing, but fine arts like painting, sculpting, drawing. And then I had exhibitions and I've traveled on specifically on art projects. And so here I am. I'm still practicing in a way. I'm now into making art films and different kind of films. And that's where I invited you. I invited you for my screening of my latest film. Because, we are friends on Facebook. And I think I posted something and you said, I also want to see it.
Okay.
So I remember that and then I sent you an invite. Okay. So that's in a nutshell.
Yeah. Okay. So, that is, I think, fascinating enough. But today, tell me a little bit about what makes you tick. Well, how have you changed since you were in school? I remember in school you were like very closed. You were not very it was difficult to penetrate into what you were thinking or doing, and yet today you're so open in these years. But then it's been so many years, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But I love this Bharti better than the one in school. Tell me more.
Well, I mean, you've seen it for yourself. It's just how a person evolves. Not involves, but evolves. People evolve in different directions. I have evolved in this direction where I have made certain decisions in my life which have prompted me, inspired me, induced me to walk this path, where however painful or disagreeable it might be, but still to go ahead, because my whole aim and intention and desire is to keep, we all have frames, we all have boundaries.
Correct.
So one of my aims in life has been to break the present circle which encloses me and make it wider. So I have a wider periphery. And again, you break that and become wider. So it's like ripples, changing, like stepping out of one circle to another, but it becomes larger and larger and larger. And eventually, I hope that it just dissolves into ether.
So I think, Bharti, you are very close to dissolving. As I think you told me earlier that even in school it was like you questioned, who am I? So, and I said that is probably a very deep spiritual question. So, yeah, I think you keep going and keep dissolving into the universality of things. And I see that you today open, as you yourself said, you're not afraid of anything anymore. But Bharti, what is there to be afraid at this time in our life? We have lived our life, we have seen, we have done, and we have learnt. So Bharti, it was great speaking with you. And yes, this is my friend who is a painter, Yes, 1 minute, Bharti wants to say something else.
It's about being afraid and fear. I mean, I feel that at least I do not know where all the fears are lodged. I still discover fears in me.
We all have.
Yeah, so I don't think it's something that one absolutely gets out of, but one releases, like you release things, na? You release them, you let them go, you don't cling to them. So fears are also very, very abstract entities and also very tangible. And I always seem to discover new ones.
New fears?
Yeah.
But, I think at this point, as I said, we have our vitamin Fs, that is vitamin friends. And if at this stage, after so many years, like nearly 60 years, one can connect again, I think we are blessed, Bharti. So we'll be fine. Keep moving. And I'm happy to have introduced to you this artistic friend who has opened out to the world and experienced and moved. Nothing to be afraid of. So until next time, you take care and God bless.